All right, how's it going today? So, I signed on for what's going to be another short stream. And I have plans tonight, so that's why if anything, it's going to be just about long enough for me to beat this game as Virgil. And then that way, next time I sign on, which will likely and hopefully be tomorrow, um, it will be to get started on Devil May Cry 4. Because I'm probably going to be on that for at least a good bit. But I'm actually fairly close to beating the game as Virgil. In fact, I could go ahead and do it right now. But as Virgil, I wanted to go and try to get all his blue orb fragments, or at least most of them. Reason why I say that is because I did all the secret missions. I feel fairly sure that I did. Oh yeah, no, I did because it'll say like when I save the game and stuff. But it seems like I'm missing a blue fragment from somewhere, and I don't know from where. So, um, I'm gonna replay some levels, just for no other reason than to max out his double trigger meter and his health meter. But that's actually all that's left for me to take care of. I upgraded all his weapons, his fighting style, his guns. Not really guns, but his swords that he shoots out. And right now just so happens to be a reveal for that, I don't know, whatever new Star Wars game is supposed to be coming out. So I'm kind of watching that on the side. Right now there's just people talking, so alright, I'll put it at this volume just so I can listen to it, but all people are doing is just talking at the moment, so. Like how they had to point out that there's no microtransactions in the next Star Wars game. That's supposed to be single player and whatever the fuck else. Yeah, I just got 14,000, but so it's cool. I'll play today, like I said, just about long enough until I have to go and beat the game as Virgil, and then I don't know, very finished. But then tomorrow, if I'm able to sign on, I can go ahead and start playing Devil May Cry 4. Which I am a little excited for because I did really like that game, even though there was just some design issues. But yeah, no, I am really looking forward to playing that game again. I haven't played Devil May Cry 4 actually since it originally, around the time since it originally came out. I spent a whole lot of time playing it. It's just, gameplay-wise, it's a very fun game to play. There's just really some minor design issues. Basically just the fact that the game almost feels like it's half a game. And I'll go over more of that once I start playing Devil May Cry 4. So, but gameplay-wise, you know, the game was definitely awesome. It was just, it was a fun game to play. It was a fun game to beat the shit out of enemies in. You know, the mechanic of Nero's arm, and then also the fact that when you play as Dante, you know, he's able to switch between all his styles and all his, and I believe all his swords as well, and guns, I believe. So it just, you know, so all those things is what made the game like really fun to play through. And you know, just like with, actually no, not even like Devil May Cry 3, because even though I spent a lot of time on Devil May Cry 3, for whatever reason when I was playing Devil May Cry 4, like I wanted to make sure like I did everything in in that game. Like I beat all the difficulty levels except for like Hell or Hell mode. I almost got all the achievements, but really, like I think I spent like 80 hours on that game. Oh, I got a quick second to lower this. Oh, they're gonna on the trailer for the new Star Wars game. Alright. Okay, it's from Respawn Entertainment. You know, the people that made Call of Duty, and I think didn't they make Titanfall games? Maybe. I think so. Right, so I'm not sure when this game is supposed to take place in, but I see stormtroopers, so. Alright, so it looks like it's gonna, yeah, it looks like it's taking place after episode 3, but sometime maybe before episode 4. Oh. Alright, so, I mean, that CG trailer looked kind of cool. You know, of course, interested in seeing gameplay and stuff, but with E3 around the corner, might have to wait till then. Yeah, like on Devil May Cry 4, I think I spent like 80 hours in total on that game. You know, even S rank, like a few difficulty levels. Like, I know I did easy and normal, maybe hard. But I don't know. I don't remember. This is back when I said like when it originally came out on the 360. So I still have all my achievements on there. Oh, so I guess the person that's playing the main character or whatever for the next Star Wars game is that dude that's I don't know, I guess kind of playing the Joker in that Gotham series. Like I haven't watched that series since like the first season. But yeah, I spent like 80 hours on Devil May Cry 4. When Bayonetta came out, I think I spent like a similar amount of time. Again, doing everything like beating the game under all the difficulty levels and whatever. Like that game, I actually got, if I'm not mistaken, all the achievements on that. Yeah, but no matter what, before I'm done with this stream today, I will be finished with this game. And then next time I come on, maybe it'll be tomorrow. That's the hope, because if it's not tomorrow, then it might not be Monday, it might not be Tuesday, so I gotta hope I do come on tomorrow. Yeah, but I'm definitely not playing another 80 hours of Devil May Cry 4. I'm just going to beat the game on easy. Maybe I'll beat it on normal. I'll do just like I did with this game, and that's unlock everything for everybody. And then I'll move on to the next game. I don't have enough red orbs. Oh, hold on real quick. Alright, sorry about that. I'm back. Alright, so back to the Star Wars thing. Yeah, so that dude that plays the Joker, whoever on Gotham, um, he's the character that they showed in their little CG trailer. I don't know if he's supposed to be like the playable character, if he's a character that you see in the game. I don't know. I haven't been doing too good of a job listening to it. But it's almost like it might be carrying itself as it is. So. Yeah, so, like I said, with Devil May Cry 4, I'll play it until I unlock everything for everybody. I'm not trying to beat all the difficulty levels. That's likely going to mean, I'm not going to get stuff like, Super Devil Trigger Dante or Nero, whatever, if you're not familiar with that. I mean, I think they have it in this game too, where, you have a form of where you can get if you beat. I'm pretty sure like if you beat the game under Dante Must Die mode, um, with Dante and or Virgil, you'll have a super Devil Trigger form of them where you can activate Devil Trigger and Devil Trigger never goes down. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Which was very useful for when I did the Bloody Palace mode, whatever it's called, in Devil May Cry 4. So, but that's what's really great about these games is that, you know, like I still really like these games even if I don't play through all the difficulty levels or whatever, but they're still. Oh, I think we're going the wrong way. But they're still really, really great games to play through. And for the people who play these games and really, really get into it, there's a lot of replayability. A lot of difficulty levels to play, things to unlock, things to upgrade. You know, so if you're looking to do everything in this game or in these games, I mean, you're looking at the minimum maybe like 50 hours that you'll be spending. And it's especially great for the people who really like this game and want to be able to challenge themselves. Because sometimes it's one thing when you play these games like on easy or normal. As you play these games, you'll become better and better with the combat. And when you play the game on easy and even normal, you may not be able to really test just the full potential you may have in combat. There might be, because as you're playing, as you're getting better, you're discovering new combos, new moves, things like that, and it's difficult to test all those out when you're playing this game on the lower difficulties. But when you start playing the game on hard and up, that's where you get to really, really test out those combos. Because the enemies will be a little bit stronger. They can, they'll be able to take the combo to its fullest. The bosses in this game, like, I've never felt like they were very cheap. I know that there's people out there that do, but I've fought some very cheap villains, or cheap enemies, bosses, throughout the entire time I've been playing video games. But here, in this game, if anything, I feel it's they're actually much fairer in this game. Each of the bosses has their own weaknesses, vulnerabilities, and it's just a matter of learning that and learning how they attack. And learning what's the best weapon to use for them. For you, anyways. You know, like, what's the best weapon and style for you to use against said bosses. Is there another one all the way back there? How the fuck did you get all the way back there? Am I supposed to be in here? Yeah, over here. I mean, it doesn't matter. Oh no, I was supposed to get out of it. Never mind, I lied. It does matter. It does indeed matter. That's right. I know that they also showed the teaser trailer for the next Star Wars movie. Oh, going the wrong way. Ah, yes. Whew. Oh, so the game's supposed to be coming out. Alright, so it sounds like the game's supposed to be coming out by the holidays. We'll go into action. Alright, so I just need one more purple orb. I'll need 2 more blue orbs. You know, I'm still missing a blue orb fragment. Where that fragment can be, oh. I have no idea which one I missed. Quite a few in this game. And it could be any of them. If anything, I wonder. Actually, no, I don't wonder. Alright, so I think it's supposed to be 4... 2... and 3. Okay, so I kind of did that for now. Shouldn't have him. Yeah, I know, God. Yeah, we're close to enough. Alright, so they're showing the trailer one more time. Oh, there's a blue orb right there. I knew that there was like one around one of these. Ah, what the fuck was that? Alright, so now really the only orbs I'm missing is... just the ones I gotta purchase. Yeah, with what I was saying about these games earlier about, you know, being able to challenge yourself and all that, I mean, these games, they may not be like these huge, some huge open world game where you have all these customizable options and shit like that, and no. It's just one of those games where there's a lot of great gameplay content in itself, and there's something really fun about being able to keep challenging yourself, either getting better and better, or um or playing and just trying to get better and better until you achieve it. And there's a lot of people who find satisfaction in just being tested and challenged in that way. To have a game that just really tests, I guess tests their will as a gamer. I don't know, I have such a hard time breaking these things with Virgil. Like, I'm trying to target it, and he could be targeting it, but for some reason he's not doing it. I don't know what his problem is. I mean, I know part of the problem is, like, Virgil's so fucking slow. But then, you fight him when he's a computer and he's fucking fast and shit. And then he just outright misses. Oh, fine. Oh, so just to make random speech, um, or random talk. So I've been watching these videos that apparently people compile of this dude that I kind of heard of, like going back maybe like a couple years ago or so, or a few years ago. He's a fighting gamer who I believe goes by the name of Low Tier God. For anyone who doesn't understand the meaning of his name, you know, it's like, you know, because I can imagine that most people are like low tier god. Like, are you saying he's like a low level god, something like that? Like he's still a god, but he's low level, like, you know. And no, what low tier references is in fighting games. People have there's so in fighting games amongst the characters, there's a tier system. You know, the better characters are higher tier, while you know the worst characters are low tier. And so I guess you know his name is supposed to be a reference to, you know, I think perhaps being, you know, a great player with the low tier characters. Or maybe he's considered low tier, and I don't know. Okay, I don't fucking know. But what I do know is that in reference to fighting games, low tier, so there's a tier system for fighting game characters. Like I kind of just said, the better characters are considered high tier, and then there's characters that, you know, people don't like, or they think that they're difficult to play as, or whatever the case is, and then they're considered low tier. Me personally, I don't really believe in a tier system. No matter what, there's going to be characters that, yeah, more people are going to use, a lot more people are going to use than others, and likely those characters will win tournaments, much more tournaments, but only because, you know, there are going to be those people who can play as a low tier character or lower tier characters, be really good with them, and win tournaments here and there with them, and even win an Evo, because that has happened. And for me, it just comes down to how good you are with so and so character. Because yeah, other people may not be able to use certain other characters very well, but certain people can, and they may know how to use them in multiple situations. Even the situations where it might not be best to play as that character. Like, you know, maybe you'll play as a character that isn't good against anybody that has some range or something, or can shoot fireballs. I don't know. Like, just throwing that out there. So it's like, you know, I'm not really too familiar with who's considered high tier and low tier and all that crap. Like, I really don't care. And to me, it doesn't matter, and it's kind of, in a way, proven that it doesn't matter. There's me. It's funny how they don't make you fight like Dante. They make you fight Virgil. You know, a red-coated Virgil. Like, I probably should have played the game on normal, but... Alright. Is there anything else other than that thing? I don't think there's anything over here. Oh, that's right, I was talking about this low tier god fella. Okay, so anyways, seems like he's kind of got like a reputation for, like just being a douchebag. And so anyways, there's been a lot of videos that I've been watching on YouTube where people compiled all his salty moments. And in fact, has been referenced as low salt tier god. And you know, other names that kind of use his name as a pun. So the reason for that is that in his videos, or in these videos, they kind of show all the times where he gets really salty, he rage quits, and it's really funny. You know, just the amount of like excuses and stuff that that he makes as to why he loses, and how he rage quits and stuff like that. So yeah. Like he plays, from the videos I saw, like he plays Street Fighter, Super Smash Brothers, which might be why that came up, because I was looking at Smash Brothers stuff. And Smash Brothers stuff has been coming up, and for some reason those videos came up, and yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much that, just random, like, for whatever reason, videos of that have been coming up, so, you know, I do watch, like, random videos, like FGC videos, stuff like that, you know, so that could be the reason why it came up. Damn, I need 50,000. And as is, I already need 30,000 for that one. Motherfuckers in the Trigger Gas team. I think no matter what, regardless of where I'm at with getting the last blue orb and purple orb, I think no matter what, I'm going to, in about 20 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and try to beat it. And how are my items? They should be okay. Should have the items necessary to beat like Virgil. Do the last mission. So yeah, I think within the next 15 minutes, I'm just gonna go ahead and beat the game. I mean, it wasn't really necessary for me to do everything. I just did it for fuck it. And what was supposed to do? What did I even just grab? Oh yeah, I think it was for this. Run over here to get these orbs. Which I think I'm supposed to come back across anyways. Whatever. So, but anyways, yeah, I just want to be able to go beat this game, and in that way, if I'm hopefully able to sign on tomorrow, it'll just be to start Devil May Cry 4. I don't know. I say that, but we'll see how I feel. Maybe I'll... If anything, maybe I'll just play till whenever, and... I don't know. I'm going back and forth on this. Electronic generator. I forgot what that was supposed to be for. I think I'm supposed to go back to this. Yeah. And I've grabbed that help. Oh, nice. So I'll just do the next level because I know it's a fairly short level. And then I'll go ahead and beat the game. Alright, well that takes care of that. All I'm missing is just a blue orb, a very expensive blue orb.
Welcome to hell! Or you can expect a spiky...
Oh, really? Needed one more Pokemon. And I got it. Alright, so without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and beat this game. As Virgil, anyways. Alright, I'm not going to bother buying anything. If I need a... If I just so happen to need more items than the ones that I have, then I'll go and do that. But for now... Somehow in Devil Trigger he's still blue. Alright, so that was much harder when I was done. It is pretty cool that you get to fight alongside Rosie. It's kind of almost as if it was one of those things where it's like they kind of wanted to do like in the main game, but they could, maybe they could only get to work in this end credit set. Adorable how she says let's rock, baby. Oh, really? They couldn't even show the end. Alright. I could have sworn that he had an ending cutscene, but I guess not. I guess he only had the opening cutscene and that was it. Huh. Oh, I'm fairly close. Alright. I'm just gonna, since I beat Virgil fairly quickly, And I'm about to fight him again. But I'll go ahead and keep playing till I get that last blue orb, and then I'll cut the stream for today.
Rest in peace.
Damn. So close. Alright. I'm hoping maybe after this level I'll get it. Probably not. I don't know if I have to fight a boss on this level. Because that's what really helps, is getting the ranking bonus and the boss bonus. just gonna do the first mission a couple times. Where am I at? Okay, so hopefully if I do this one time, I should get it. I won't get it. I'm gonna be like a little bit short. OG. Oh man. And boom. I'm just gonna beat this mission one more time. We call it quits. All right, and well, that's going to be it for Virgil. I think when I played as Virgil in the original Devil May Cry 3 Special Edition that came out on PlayStation 2, I did beat the game as Virgil, but I don't think I bothered to do everything, like fill up his, get all the blue orbs, do all the secret missions, get all the purple orbs, all that nonsense. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to do it this time around, and I did. It was probably a big waste of time because I could have been on Devil May Cry 4 like this whole time, but that's okay. Devil May Cry 3 is an awesome game. It is one of my favorite games ever, so I have no problems playing it like over and over again, despite the fact that it really wasn't that fun playing as Virgil. But I definitely have no problems at the very least revisiting this game and just playing as Dante. It's such a great and excellent game. it's definitely the sequel that Devil May Cry fans, that the fans of the original Devil May Cry have definitely been wanting and waiting for. And Devil May Cry 2, of course, didn't really satisfy that. And definitely, especially at that time, satisfy Capcom's great track record in producing sequels. And unfortunately, this would kind of be around that time where Capcom would be a more of a wishy-washy type of company where, you know, it, I mean, growing up, in all honesty, they're my favorite game company. Especially if you were fortunate to grow up as Capcom grew to prominence, playing games like Mega Man, Street Fighter, Final Fight, um, and then we can name like a gazillion fighting games from here. From Street Fighter Alphas to Rival Schools, Star Gladiator. um, so many fighting games to talk about. But then you had other games like the Resident Evil series. Oh, and then Capcom used to also make a lot of Disney related games back in the day for the NES and Super Nintendo slash Sega Genesis. And then to go ahead and make something like Devil May Cry, the original Devil May Cry, Resident Evil Code Veronica. They kind of they started keeping it going. Oh, you have games like Beautiful Joe and Okami. Uh, so the list started going on, and many of these games had um ended up being franchises. Oh, Onimusha ended up becoming franchises that had great sequels associated to it. And it's kind of just a shame that I think Devil May Cry 2, when that came out, was kind of just the sign of what Capcom ended up kind of becoming. And it's not like Capcom hasn't made any great and excellent games in between that time. They have, but they've just become such like an inconsistent company since that PS2 era. Despite the fact of the amount of great games that they made, including like Resident Evil 4, but the amount of crap that was made as well. Like games like PNO3, things like that. So, but regardless, we still had, especially during the PlayStation 2, GameCube era, we definitely had a lot of great Capcom games, It- like Devil May Cry 2, as well as other games from that time. Like kind of gave like the red flag where it's like, hey, what's up, Capcom? Normally you make nothing but great and excellent games, and now we're starting to see like bad games here and there from them, and then it didn't really improve much going forward from there. But they're a company that they have so many franchises that if they could just make um a major hit at least once or twice a year, they could survive, unlike many other Japanese companies at that time where they either had to get bought out or they had to merge with another company. Capcom just so happened to be one of the very few companies to completely avoid any and all of that. So, but fortunately, they were able to make Devil May Cry 3 in the way that people who played and were big fans of the original Devil May Cry have been waiting for, and if anything, expecting them to make. And until I played Devil May Cry 5, for the moment, Devil May Cry 3 is definitely the best in the series, and it's one of my favorite games ever. It's such a great gameplay engine. The characters are awesome. The cutscenes are fucking ridiculously awesome. Music is excellent. It's everything that a great game should be, and also you have hours and hours and hours of replayability, especially if you get the special edition because of the addition of Virgil. But even if you're just playing the original game, you have hours of replayability from trying to get all the blue orbs and secret missions and upgrading and unlocking everything, and then you have all the difficulty levels to play through to really challenge yourself and test yourself, test your skills as a gamer. And that's what's always been really excellent about these games. And Devil May Cry 3, I feel like really epitomizes that. And this is why I keep saying that's the best in the easily the best in the series and my favorite, um just one of my favorite games of all time. If I had to name a list of my favorite games ever, just no particular order because I wouldn't know in what order it would be, but it's definitely up there. It would uh, definitely be a game that would be mentioned, that would be said. I mean, other than that, I don't really think there's anything more that I could say about Devil May Cry 3. We're now, hopefully by tomorrow, sometime tomorrow, I can go ahead and get started on Devil May Cry 4. Probably won't be another long stream. Probably be in about another 2 hour ish stream like I've been doing lately, but as I've gone over before, that's fine. I have no problems coming on and playing about a couple hours a day because playing a couple hours at a time, at the very least, every other day or no more, or being able to come on after a couple days, and just playing for 2 hours, there's nothing wrong with that. That's pretty good. You have a lot of gamers out there that unfortunately can't find that type of time, and it's kind of a bummer, and it sucks. But you know, we, but it's to me, it's important to game when you just so happen to have that free time. When you, whether it's just an hour or two after just a long week, you deserve that. If anything, I would love nothing more to just, as far as a day like today, to be able to go and play like another couple hours, at the very least. Even play 8 hours, but until time permits, who knows when that'll be? Especially with um, especially with how my current April is is looking. It's gonna be a packed month for me, and I won't. Okay, so anyways, now the hope and plan is that tomorrow, sometime tomorrow, like I'll go and get started on Devil May Cry 4. As I was saying, like my month this month is pretty packed. There's a lot of stuff going on, so I really don't know how much free time I'll have between now until the end of the month. But then even when we get to May, it's still going to be the same issue. So I really don't know how much gaming or even how much streaming that I'm really going to fit until maybe July. And I know must be like, damn, like, but we're in April. Like, you're really gonna be that busy till you already know you're gonna be that busy till July. But yeah, yeah, pretty much. So um, but before I bother concerning myself about that, for now I'm just going to concentrate on Devil May Cry 4. Kind of really hoping that I could get through it fairly quickly, but I doubt it. No, I doubt that's going to be the case. Because I really wanted to go and get through Devil May Cry 4 so then I could go and play through Devil May Cry 5 before. Um, if anything, before May, but that's not gonna. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think Devil May Cry 5 is gonna have to wait till about July, and then my plan from there, after I go and I beat Devil May Cry 5, is to go and start playing Shenmue 1 and 2, and in preparation for Shenmue 3 that's going to be coming out. And then the hope is to go and maybe get through Shenmue 3 by the time Borderlands 3 comes out. Definitely before Borderlands 3 comes out, I need to play Tales from Borderlands. That's like the only Borderlands related game that I haven't played yet. And it's not a Borderlands game as far as gameplay goes, but it's it was a Telltale game, and it's definitely in the same universe as Borderlands. Takes place after Borderlands 2. I believe there's supposed to be characters that are from Borderlands. Um, Tales from Borderlands are going to be showing up in Borderlands 3. But right now, that's currently how everything is looking at the moment. That's basically my current plan up until September, and we all know how how easily it is for those plans to be derailed. Because prior to me even playing the Devil May Cries, I was supposed to be playing through the Resident Evils, getting to Resident Evil 2 remake. All I had left was I beat the original Resident Evil games. I beat Resident Evil 0, and then I was gonna play the Resident Evil 1 remake, then finally play the Resident Evil 2 remake. But by the time that happened, it was like the week of Devil May Cry coming out, so I was like, you know what? I feel Resident Evil out at the moment. Let me go ahead and start playing Devil May Cries, and that's what I did. Beat the DMC reboot. Just go ahead and get that out of the way. Then went on to play the original Devil May Cry, Devil May Cry 2. Now I'm done with Devil May Cry 3. Next is to play Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition, and maybe, just maybe, I can go and at the very least, I don't know, get started on Devil May Cry 5. I don't know. That might not even happen. Might have to wait till July to be able to go and finish that game up, and then um, hopefully sometime. And then the next thing I would start would be the Shenmues. So with that being said, unfortunately, I really have no idea when I'll get back into the Resident Evils. But the plan will be to go ahead and get back into them whenever I can. But for now, like, things look pretty packed for me as far as like what my plans are for gaming. So I definitely want to play through the Devil May Cry's. Like that's gonna happen no matter fucking what. And then I'll go ahead and play the Shenmues if there's any time in between. If I just so happen to beat Shenmue 1 and Shenmue 2 on my way to playing Shenmue 3, then maybe I'll go ahead and fit the Resident Evil 1 remake. But then it'll be on to Shenmue 3, and then by the time and then just a couple weeks or so after that, Borderlands 3 will be out. And that's, if anything, that might be the rest of my year, because I think definitely before the year is out, I want to go ahead and get to Resident Evil 2 remake. Um, I also have WWE 2K19 that I would also really like to start playing. That I got like last year. I got the deluxe edition, and unfortunately, I've been able to get started playing it. So it might be, I don't know. It might be it for me for the rest of the year. So the rest of this year, as far as gaming goes, it looks like it's going to come down to, I hope you like Resident Evils, Devil May Cry's, Shenmue's, and Borderlands and wrestling, because that's, I think that's all I'm really going to be able to fit this year. But with E3 around the corner, we'll be getting more announcements, and we should be able to see how the rest of the year is going to look like. Because for the moment, for the most part, we only have up to, August as far as release dates for things that are coming out. We don't really have too much in the way after that, but that holiday release schedule is already starting to form, because we got Borderlands coming out in September. We got that new Star Wars game coming out in November. Maybe that'll be a thing that I play. I don't know. It's definitely something to consider. I'll say that, but it's probably not going to happen. Um, but yeah, I'll see what else comes out by the end of the year after, especially by E3. We should have a better idea of how the rest of the holiday release schedule is going to be, and I'll make a better decision then as far as what else I'm going to play. But I don't know. I think that's going to be my year, and I know it might be a little early maybe to plan out how the rest of my gaming schedule is going to be for the rest of the year, but no, that's going to be the case. Because I still have two more Devil May Cry's to get through. I still have two more Resident Evils to get through. I got the two, Shenmue 1 and 2 to get through for when Shenmue 3 comes out. I got to play Tales from Borderlands, and then there's going to be Borderlands 3, and then there's going to be, and I'm likely going to be playing WWE 2K19 when the newest game is out, but whatever. I don't care. People are going to be confused, and we're like, the newest game came out. Why are you playing last year's game? Because I didn't play last year's game yet. I wanted to. I didn't get a chance to. Trying playing through all these games is very time consuming. But it's been very fun and interesting to go and play through like the original Resident Evil games again, to um that extra get some extra perspective on those old classical games. So, other than that, next up will be Devil May Cry 4. It's Devil May Cry 3 is the last game that was made by uh, Hideki Kamiya. I believe the dude that was involved in 2 took over. Like took over for the franchise from there. So he did Devil May Cry 4, and and it was an well enough received game. The game did sell like extremely well. Gameplay was on point. Enemies, bosses, like everything was pretty good with the game. It's just uh playing through it, it definitely felt like like they just made like half a game. And we'll see what I mean like when I go on and I play more of it. Um but it's just, other than like minor design issues, like it is a really really great game. Not better than Devil May Cry 3, but definitely better than 1 and 2. So, and the DMC reboot, of course. So, it is a fairly good game. Just minor design issues is what kind of keeps it from greatness. But it's definitely like an awesome enough game in its own right. And I don't know. I guess that's all that's really. Um, I guess there's nothing really much more to be said. So I'm going to go ahead and end the stream for now. Hopefully, I'll be on tomorrow, and it'll be to go ahead and start playing Devil May Cry 4. So, all right. Everyone have a good day and weekend and all that.